Hey friends, Dr. Stephen here, and this is week 7 in our graduate capstone project. Next week will be our spring break, so we will not have any class expectations for next week, and we'll continue the following week. But this week, week 7, we're shifting back. Last week we spent time with that longer Lominger document, which was great, wasn't it? I really enjoyed reading through your posts and all, because I think it was a significant document. Now we're going back to kind of some inspirational and ministry-oriented discussions, and we're talking about brokenness. Well, along with it's a video link, but it's really an audio of Dr. Henry Nouwen, who's one of my favorite authors. He has a wonderful talk on brokenness, and you're going to listen to that, and that's going to inform the question. But I want to go ahead and put a couple of the resources there for you. It's two, actually. One is a link to a very short little blog that I wrote a couple years ago about a very difficult, traumatic moment in our lives a few years ago. And the second resource is a sermon link to a sermon that I preached this last summer in June of 2021 at the large mega church in Southern California in the Los Angeles area, where I had started out in ministry. They had invited me back, and it was this really strange, even surreal weekend, because my mother died from dementia and other related things at the age of 93 in May of 2020. But because she lived in Los Angeles, we could not have a funeral because of COVID restrictions until last June, a year later, in 2021. I actually performed and did the graveside service, which was a challenge, I have to tell you, doing my mother's graveside service. But that morning, it was a Sunday, that morning I actually preached 2 services at this large mega church in Southern California, as I mentioned, where I had started out. And they had asked me to come and preach and share related to this trauma that we had gone through. And it's probably the most vulnerable sermon I've ever preached. And you are by no means required to watch it or listen to it. I don't mean to put that on you, but if you were interested in it, I've put the link in the lesson tab, and it'll be on the email and all of that. It's about 35 minutes long, and it'll just kind of give you a little insight into what happened with us and our family with this whole issue of brokenness and how we minister to others who are in true brokenness. Because if we can't get this one right, then we can't get anything right in terms of ministry, can we? So it's going to be a kind of a thought-provoking, even perhaps melancholic discussion, but I look forward to it at the same time, because I have to tell you, I am so thankful that there were a handful, a very small handful I might add, but a handful of people that were able to come alongside me and my family during that same time. So that's what's up for this week. And I genuinely look forward to seeing you guys in the discussion threads, and particularly if you're able to watch that sermon. I hope that God does something, and it certainly at least reveals part of my heart to you guys through that. So I will see you guys in the discussion threads.